Hello Internet, and welcome back to another episode of Can It Run on the Steam Deck. My name is James, and today we're looking at a game that first caught my eye about a week or two ago at a Nintendo Direct. The game is called Mythforce, and the reason it stood out to me is because it reminded me a lot of the Saturday morning cartoons that I grew up watching. If you ever watched He-Man or Thundercats, this will feel very reminiscent to the style of those games. My thought was, because it was shown running on a Switch, in theory it should run on a Steam Deck, but we'll kind of see that that isn't maybe not necessarily the case here. Under game info it's listed as unknown, so clearly I think there's some work that needs to be done, and we'll see that right off the bat. You will want to set this to, if we go into properties, you'll want to force the compatibility to experimental. There is a cutscene at the beginning that will not play if you just set things to default as of this recording. I have no idea why it does that. The video will play under experimental, but it'll progressively get more choppy and the sound will start cutting in and out, so I'm guessing it's a clear sign that some work needs to be done to kind of ensure that this runs well on the Steam Deck. It's a shame too, because the presentation of this game, I think, is kind of a lot of the appeal of the game. And if you're missing a chunk of that, kind of ruins the experience, right? So the cutscene seems to start fine, but even then, like, it's not entirely smooth, which I thought maybe it was a choice, but then I'm hearing the audio cut in and out, so I know something is definitely up. You can thankfully just skip it by pressing B on the controller. That will get past it. This initial screen doesn't look good. We're getting a nice 22 FPS. I'll jump in here. The other kind of weird thing is if we hit recommended settings, it kind of cranks things up between high and medium, which gives us a worse frame rate than if we set things to low. So again, clearly some work needs to be done here. I'm just going to set it on low for now. And I'll set it to easy because I am terrible at video games, and it's hard to kind of talk and play at the same time, so this will at least give me a bit of a fighting chance. I haven't quite figured out the core gameplay loop yet. This is very much a dungeon crawler. And it's also been hard to kind of benchmark this game because of all the areas are kind of procedurally generated. Sometimes you get stuck in kind of very closed-in indoor sections, which the frame rate will kind of skyrocket. And then other times it'll be large open areas where the frame rate will kind of take a dive. So off the bat, we're getting, 30 frames per second, but again, these outdoor areas tell a very different story to when we get kind of more enclosed spaces. And it's tough because you can't, because of all this is randomly generated, every time you play it's going to be a slightly different experience. I would honestly say from what I've experienced as of this recording, I would say either wait for it to be patched a little bit. Hopefully they'll make some announcements specifically towards the Steam Deck. So I think this should be able to run a lot better than it is right now. It does seem like a pretty neat game. I think it would be a lot more fun with playing with some people co-op. Like I could see working together with some friends to kind of raid these dungeons and collect some loot. Would be a lot of fun. So yeah, in this kind of larger open area, we're in the 30-ishes, I would say. But it's not extremely smooth. It seems like once you clear the enemies, you kind of advance to the next little area, and it's very kind of rinse and repeat, which you would expect out of a rogue kind of game. It's about kind of doing like multiple runs and leveling up, right? I'm typically not a fan of those style of games. I think the only game that I've gravitated towards is Vampire Survivors, which runs great on the Steam Deck. That's like probably one of my favorite Steam Deck games. So yeah, lots of open areas in this run, which again is probably our worst case scenario. The game does look really nice when we do bump the settings. So if I go to Epic, visually it feels a lot nicer. And weirdly, the frame rate doesn't take like that much of a dive. Again, it kind of leads me to believe that, you know, maybe there's... I don't program games, but, you know, maybe there's a line of code or something that needs to be tweaked or something to get this running as it probably should. So you can see the frame rate start to go up as we kind of get into more kind of closed spaces. I'm really curious to kind of play this on my PC and kind of see what a smooth 60 would look like, because I don't know, at 30 this doesn't feel too great.
The spirit realm beckons you. I have honed my stance.
Yeah, I think working together with people in this game would kind of come to life.
Despite the dangers of the thicket, the chance to enter the castle through the crypts is too good to pass up. Now to find that secret gate to the crypt.
Just kind of picking these at random.
Bullseye. I'm like a ghost.
So yeah, it looks like each character has kind of some cooldown abilities and stuff.
I sense hidden danger. A deadly predator lurks nearby.
Sure. idea what that thing is.
The rift craves your soul.
So yeah, not a great experience for this game running at 30. I don't know, it's weird. Some games at 30 on the Steam Deck seem okay. This just seems a little unresponsive. And again, the fact that like even that initial cutscene not loading under kind of default settings says to me clearly that there are some things to be done here. I do look forward to trying this on my PC though, like I said. I have no idea what that did, other than take away a bunch of health.
What did not kill me made me stronger.
Alright, I mean, I think that'll cover it. Like I said, my recommendation is to maybe wait on this one. I think there's definitely some room for improvement. Again, this is just the demo, so if the full release runs a little bit better, please let me know in the comments and let other folks know if you've had the opportunity to try it. But yeah, I think that'll cover it for this video. Are you interested in Mythforce? Is it something that you'll play? If not on your Steam Deck, maybe your Switch. Yeah, it's a shame that a game that's kind of targeted another handheld platform, the work hasn't been done yet to kind of optimize it for this platform. But hopefully with a video like this, that may change things, because I think we who own Steam Decks kind of want cool games like this to run on our Steam Deck, especially if, you know, the hardware is definitely capable of it. But I think it also goes to show that one of the Steam Deck's kind of faults is there will be games where the developer may not have enough resources to put towards optimizing code to the Steam Deck, which is a bit of a shame, but hey, that is kind of the upside and the downside of the Steam Deck. But yeah, again, as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a great night.